What is up? So I played in the Limit 1 festival recently, which is a pretty fun event. I think this and the Common and Rare festival were by far the best. None of that skill drain VFD crap that you'd see in the previous events. So I thought it was pretty fun. Ended up playing with ADAMANCIPATORS. I just threw together a deck list. I wanted to just make my own and not go off of anybody else's. I think I did pretty well. Only like a couple losses. This is not all of the matches. There were some before this, but my win rate was pretty high on it. And even though the deck is Limit 1, it felt like playing regular ADAMANCIPATORS a lot of the time because Black Dragon was still legal. So it's pretty powerful. So I'll go into the deck list now. Now into the deck list. So for ADAMANCIPATORS and the Limit 1 Festival, I decided to play it as a blind going second version, because the consistency of the deck is obviously going to be pretty greatly reduced. So I wanted to play it with a lot of going second options. So you basically get a starting hand of 6 cards instead of 5. And for the main purpose of the deck, I focused on turboing out rank 4 so that I can get to Gallant Granite and search the Researcher, since your opening hand is unlikely to have it. And so once you search Researcher, or if you already have it, you can search for Seeker or for Black Dragon, which is still legal in this festival for some reason, and is still just as broken as it is normally. So I'll first talk about the rocks that we are playing. So we're playing obviously 1 Researcher, 1 Seeker, and 1 Analyzer. For some reason, Master Duel still sucks at organizing these cards, so it just puts them in this like random ass order and I can't rearrange them. Very, very annoying. Yeah, these are self-explanatory. These are your starters. You saw my ADAMANCIPATOR video. You should see basically how the deck functions. It's just the same thing. We got Gigantes. It's a free special summon. Also can nuke back row when he's destroyed. Guardian is a monster negate to play around Nibiru and stuff like that. Sandman is a trap negate. So while Guardian is a monster negate, Sandman is a trap negate, and then Wall is a spell negate. So they're like pretty much the same purpose, but they're also level 4 rocks, which is like the most important thing. We have Bible Golem. This can be sent off of Foolish or ADAMANCIPATOR. Sorry, no. Foolish or Miracle Rupture, and revive itself as a free level 4 rock body. We have Tackle Crusader, which can cause a disruption to your opponent by flipping one of their monsters face down or bouncing a face-up spell or trap. And we have Weeping Idol. This is one that I hadn't played before, but you can special summon it by banishing a tuner, and it can allow you to go for Herald of Arclight or just Link Climb in general. Yeah, Doki Doki self-explanatory. Dinotherium is a level 4 that is a free special summon, and is good for turboing out Gallant Granite or Baguska if you need to. Then we have Kawakimaru Overload. This card's kind of crazy. Can negate normal or special summons just by tributing itself. So it's pretty awesome. And is of course a level 4 rock that you can special summon off of the ADAMANCIPATORS. Yeah, Perform Mage Hat Tricker. This is another free level 4 special summon. Also happens to be Earth, which comes in handy. Once again, another level 4 that you can special summon. You activate it as a pendulum scale, and if you can control no other monsters, you can special summon it. And it's level 4. Petting Sussor, yet another level 4 that you can special summon if you have no monsters in your graveyard. Also happens to be Earth. This does get played in some standard ADAMANCIPATOR builds. Then we have Raptite and Dragite. These are the 2 crystals. There's a third one, that's the Leonite one, but I don't think that one is as good. So I just played these 2. This one allows you to draw, and this one allows you to stack a rock monster from hand or graveyard on top of the deck. Suppliers, as self-explanatory, can special summon when one of your rock monsters gets sent to the graveyard, or can be special summoned off of one of your ADAMANCIPATORS and then search one of your Kawakimarus. It's a very good card. Pagatop's one of the best going second cards of all time. Also an Earth monster. Big Beat Stick, free pop, and Earth. What's there not to love? Black Dragon, you already know. The Orbital Hydralander, so I don't think you need to play this card. It's probably not even optimal, but it's basically made for a format like this, and I thought it was just cool. It's just a fun card. a non-targeting pop. It is pretty crazy if you do manage to summon it. Just a little bit difficult to do that. But I like the card. Nibiru, self-explanatory. Ageki, no deck is really capable of playing around this. I've completely destroyed people's days with this card during the festival. Harpies, just to play around any floodgates and stuff. Reborn and Adamantipator Signs, pretty much the same thing. Allows you to synchro and link climb, which you kind of need in this deck with the Limit 1 format. Foolish to search Block Dragon or send Revival Golem if you already have Block Dragon. Lightning Storm, self-explanatory. Triple Tactics Talent. A lot of people are running hand traps. Yeah, even though they can't play like 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, they'll play like 1 Maxi, 1 Ash, 1 Veiler, 1 Nib, like all that stuff. People do that. And so it is live pretty often and it allows you to get some draw power. Rupture, I already explained. Prosperity, yeah, it does kind of conflict with going second since it causes your opponent to take half damage, but is a needed boost in consistency. Being able to excavate 6 cards is huge. MST for backward removal, Chalice just for any monster negate, and then Called By to stop hand traps, Droplet, and Imperm, self-explanatory cards. Yeah, I think the main deck is pretty tight. There's probably some options that I missed since I didn't really consult with any other lists when I was making this, but I think this worked out pretty well, both consistent and powerful. On to the extra deck, Herald of Arclights. Didn't make this too often, but with Weeping Idol, it allows you to do so easier, and it's an Omni Negate and a Floodgate, so pretty good. Leonites, I probably would cut this card. It's like really no situations where you want to make it, honestly. Unless you're playing like, definitely not a Limit 1 festival. So I'd probably just cut this for something else. Reptite. This one's nice. Obviously, you got to play this. This can special summon any rock, including Analyzer. That's like the best feeling when you excavate Analyzer, because then you can activate Analyzer and then just synchro into Baron with this and Analyzer. Savage Dragon, yep, great card. Dragites, like one of your best going second cards. You have like a really good chance of excavating at least 1 or 2 rocks to bounce your opponent's cards without targeting. Then with Dragite, it's possible that your Spell and Trap Negate is live. Baron, always trying to make this when you can. Baguska really catches your opponent's off guard and it just wins games kind of on its own just by sitting there. It's a nightmare for some decks to deal with if they don't have like pretty specific ways of dealing with it. And it's also an Earth for some reason, so you can banish it with Block Dragon. Granted, most important card in the extra deck, at least for this festival. Nightmare Cerberus, also an Earth. But also good for outing like a big Nibiru token, for example, or any special summon monster. Phoenix, self-explanatory. IP, you generally want to end on IP in this festival, just like in regular Adamanticipators. And then use that to go into Unicorn, Appaloosa, Access Code. These are all very standard Adamantipator things. And then Underworld Goddess, I love this card. I think this is actually one of the most underrated cards in probably the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! This card is just nasty. It's so good for pushing for lethal and dealing with these big unaffected monsters that you have really no other way of dealing with. Especially in a deck that can spam special summons a lot, like Adamanticipators. It's just really good. So I ended up using this a decent amount. And love the card. That's pretty much all I got for the deck list. It's nothing too crazy, but it's definitely fun to play. And I'll show, I think, probably just one replay. So yeah, let's go into the replay. This match is me going second into Sword Soul in the Limit 1 festival. This is definitely the best match that I had in the full festival. I could show off how well this deck can actually play through interruptions. So I do open 2 names, which is great. But he opens Ecclesia, Mogi, and a Worm. So he's gonna go Chijiao, Baron. You know, standard Sword Soul stuff. There he goes into Baron, burns me for 12, and sets 1 and passes. So now he changes turn. I have Analyzer, which is really good. It's the best going second card in the deck. And I'm going to special summon our Seeker first before using Analyzer, because if he negates it with Barone, that's going to be a problem. So then I'm going to obviously go for Petting Cessor, because I can only special summon it if I don't have any monsters in my graveyard. So if he destroys, one of these, then he has Ash also, which is unfortunate. That's one interruption down. Okay, now he goes Chijao to negate Analyzer. That's 2. Now I go into a Raptite. Try to use that. Gets negated and destroyed. Now I can add Emancipator Signs to revive it. Then stack a card. I stack Doki Doki, but then he has Nibiru. So that's not good. At least he didn't have Blackout, but he does Chijao, Barone, Ash plus Nib. That's a pain in the butt. But I still have it normal summon, so I can do that now. Go into Granite. Now I can search Black Dragon. The boy himself. Card just gets better and better the more times you use it. Go into IP, search Black Dragon, +3 casually. Because Konami thinks that's acceptable. Go into Sandman. I'm not going to keep it on field. I'm going to go for Cerberus. Give me 2 things. It'll give me a pop and a special summon at the same time. Then I can go into Access Code. And he is done for. GG easy. Told you, it's just like playing Adamancipators normally. As always, thanks for watching. My replays are always made public. And you can follow me on Master Duel. My ID is right here. Got 55 followers. Let's go. Let's get that up to 60, 70, 90, 100. Easy. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.